Hey there everybody, what's going on? And information regarding the newest and first DLC character for City of the Wolves has been released today. It is a gameplay playthrough by SNK City of the Wolves at Evo Japan. You can play Andy, the newest DLC, first Season 1 character at Evo Japan, and test him out. So, very cool stuff here. Now let's take a little bit of a look through what we are going to have. Okay, so the first thing that we're seeing here is Andy Bogard is the younger brother of Terry Bogard. He came through in Fatal Fury 1992, that is Fatal Fury 2, the game that also introduced Mai. So Andy is a mixture of street fighting and martial arts. He's a little bit more quiet and serious. He eventually, throughout the games later on, ends up dating Mai. And he is a little bit of a more, kind of like a zony, long-range character. Okay. He ends up having a very good moveset and has very strong, traditionally, anti-airs. He also has great air-to-airs, and when he gets started, it's difficult to punish him, but you have to watch your resources with him because traditionally he is a little bit more meter and resource reliant. He is considered, though, a very straightforward character that has very few gimmicks. So when you think of characters that have very few gimmicks, initially, it means that you have an idea of what their special and normal set is. So that would mean Ryu, right? So we all have an idea of how Ryu's built. Shoryuken, Hadouken, Hashigeki, Denjin Charge. But you have an idea of what he's going to do because he's a very straightforward and honest character. So Andy here is the same way. He's also lacking plus frames. So when he's pressuring you, it doesn't mean that he's going to end up putting you into a block stun. He does not have that much authority on pressuring. Traditionally, he doesn't have as strong of pokes. His grounded normals are usually a little bit stubbier compared to other characters in the cast. And his mix-up 50-50 game, remember, because he's more straightforward, isn't as involved, right? So he struggles also with that.
Not really big into committing to things.
Oh, jeez.
Round one. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
Okay, so What we're seeing here are his normals. Now, from what I can see, his normals seem to have some decent range to them. We're going to have to go through and see how it is throughout the match here. But they're saying traditionally his pokes are a little bit shorter in range. But he seems pretty good. That's his Rev Blow. When you think of Rev Blow, you think of V Reversal. I think of V Reversal at least. So the projectile that he just released right there, that is called a Zanziken. That is his Zanziken. Kuhadan is okay, so for him to do the Zanziken, it is quarter circle forward. For him to do the Kahuadan, it is back, down, forward, half circle. Okay, that's his throw. That looks like it's a basically an uppercut right there. Looks like he has a little bit of a target combo also there. Very nice. So he can combo and then combo into a Shoryudan, which is basically that uppercut that we saw at the end, which is a DP motion. Very nice. Now we're seeing some moves here. I mean, granted, they're sort of ties to Street Fighter moves, but at the same time, you know, there's only so many moves you can do, right? The interesting thing is that the creator of Andy here and Terry, Mai, everybody in this game is Nishiyama. Nishiyama initially had come over from Capcom. He worked on the Street Fighter series at Capcom and helped develop the games there. Then he ended up getting a very good offer over at SNK, and he went over to SNK to basically build his own fighting game. He came out with Fatal Fury and started building it around Terry Bogard first. Now the story with Terry and Andy and Mai basically is Terry and Andy were a little bit younger, and their father ended up getting killed by Geese. And Geese basically ran Southtown, the area where they are, and he ran Southtown and was kind of like organized crime, right? So he kills Andy and Terry's father, and then they grow up a little bit. And Terry says, okay, you know what, I'm going to go after this guy. And he ends up fighting Geese up on the roof, and Geese gets basically falls off the roof, right? So Andy is also involved in all of this, and he's a little bit more reserved and stoic than Terry is. Mai ends up coming into the picture, and she really likes Andy, but he just wants to be friends with her and everything. And then later in the games, he ends up dating her.
Yosh. Round 2. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
ここから行くぞ残影上波剣
Okay, so that right there is going to be. We'll have to go back and take a look again just to make sure.
残影上波ここから行くぞ
Yeah, so it uses one bar. So one bar is an ignition gear. So this is Andy's ignition gear.
残影上波剣
Very nice.
このままでは
It has a nice launch. You can use that for corner carry. And right there, they're showing his run mechanics. So you can hold down your rev button and press forward and make your character run. And then you can hold down your rev button and press back, and it'll make your character jump back, basically. Very nice. Another spiritual hit combo there. Good.
モノマネをするのはいいが気をつけろよ知らぬ意味が敵が多いもちろん俺にもな
Okay, background change here. Off to the amusement park.
始めようか
Oh, it was Marco. Okay.
準備万端 versus Marco.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded.
極限の拳 Round 1
Here we go.
Get ready Fight SPG.
Okay, so this is our first trial playthrough here. So let's see what we have. They're really putting a lot of emphasis on this 1-2 hit. Everybody is just so far out of range there.
昇竜弾光剣昇剣
Yep.
シフト
Nice and firm. That was the back throw.
Wins. Round 2 Get ready Fight SPG.
おりゃしっしっ
Okay, so he just accessed his ignition gear.
ここからよ
Closes it out with an EX fireball. Very nice.
がむしゃらに強さを追い求めるその姿俺と兄さんの子供の頃を
Round 1 Get ready
Okay, mirror
Fight
match here.
SPG.
So his Shoken does not travel full screen. Rob's does. Very interesting. Rob's Rapukin travels completely across the ground. Yeah, very interesting there.
昇竜弾 昇竜弾
Ooh.
残影剣せいおりゃせやおりゃ昇竜ここだ
counter hit there. Closes it out with the Shoryudan, which is basically the uppercut. Try to access his ignition gear. His ignition gear is not invincible on startup, so that's why he got snuffed out of that.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
Ah, yeah, he's trying to combo into the Shoryudan.
SPG.
Okay, he tried to go for the walk under there. Okay, very nice. So when you are in SPG and you have 2 bars, then you can access your hidden gear. And that was Andy's hidden gear. Very nice.
モノマネをするのはいいが気をつけろよ。知らぬ意味だ敵が
Marco versus Marco.
Geese and Jeff were co-disciples of Sung.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight.
Sung is
SPG.
not seen anyone. He swore never to mention the end. Because I know when after Jeff was basically neutralized by Geese. Andy carried on someone and he caught them. He sent Andy to run further. Oh yes, that's right, Grandpa of mine. Yes. And this is where he met when they were co-disciples at the Shuri school. And Terry decided to choose someone in the streets of downtown instead. And then he ended up becoming an alcoholic. That's right, I remember, yeah. A friend of mine and I saw the anime shows and movies, the anime movies. They were good. They were very good. They were very good. Yeah.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight.
You know,
SPG.
learning more about Terry, I like his storyline. I like how he, sort of came through and yeah, it looks like he has an air throw there. Yeah, I like his character development. I like his character development. Because he's definitely the hero of the game. He's the hero of the game that is sort of struggling and having a hard time and everything. There was a girl he ended up really liking, and then she ended up passing away, and he had a hard time with it, and he got into alcohol, and it was very interesting. Andy would find him a couple of times and try to clean him up, and it was very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, I believe now that is the red line. The red line here there. So he used 2 of his bars for his red line. 1 bar for ignition, and 2 bars plus SPG, which is the hidden special gear to get your hidden gear.
Final round. Get ready.
Hey, what's up there,
Fight.
Brett? How are you doing? What's going on here? Wow. That's a crouching punch for anti-air there. Yeah, that's a good thing to remember. Looks like a cross-up. Yeah, wow, that's interesting.
その程度かここだ
This reminds me a little bit
その
of
程度か
Candy's hooligan combination. So she can do a hooligan soft step, a hooligan hand grab, a hooligan axe kick.
モノマネをするのはいいが気をつけろよ知らぬ意味は敵が多い
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
もちろん
can't wait to see the
俺にも
CEO.
な
It'll be a good time. It'll be a good time.
Welcome to the State of Survival Ocean Shelter, the safest place to be.
で残撃飛翔剣
Huh.
で
I like the fact that he has that elbow charge. Brock has an elbow charge also. He got the counter hit with the uppercut there. Oh, very nice.
このままでは甘いぞ飛翔剣おりゃ飛翔剣よし
I wonder if that's one of the EX versions of his projectile. The up guys are like that.
おりゃここだおりゃはっ
Yeah, a little bit of drop there. Okay, ignition.
まだまだ
Oh, he canceled.
おりゃせやで受けてみろ
Oh,
このままでは
you know, that would break somebody's arm. Right there.
おりゃ
This descending air special doesn't have different endings like this book does. It used to. Yes, well, from what I saw, it looked like it did.
俺は
It looked
さら
like
に
he
強
had
くなる
an axe kick, some sort of like a. I would have to go back. It's like a grab. He had a few options, yes. Yeah. Then they brought that back. They brought that back for him. That's nice. Keeping him true to his history, right? His roots.
牛破弾牛破弾牛破弾その程度かその程度か
Yeah, so they're utilizing it right now. They're showing it right now. So he has, it looks like a startup that is a slide kick, a startup that's a command grab, a startup that is
Auto
an axe
insurance all
kick.
seems the same until it's time to use it with
やるこのままでは
So it's easier to link in the, or at least from what we can see, it's easier to link in the uppercut when you have your opponent in the corner there. Because we had seen that they were trying to link it. Yeah, there you go. More center stage, but it's harder.
ここからやる上流弾
Final round. Get ready. Fight.
RPG.
Alright, that's it. Going for a good here and there.
このままでは
Ignition gear. That's a nice corner carry combo.
Wait.
血が冷えるような緊張感を味わったのは久しぶりだ。できればまた戦ってほしい。
Round
Air
one.
confirmed.
Get
Air
ready.
supers in this
Fight.
game.
RPG.
まだまだ
Yes. Because I know I've played against some characters and they've had air supers. They've caught me. They've caught me. Yeah.
Perfect save. Marco wins.
よし
Wait a minute here. What?
Round
Did you
two.
hear that?
Get ready. Fight.
Wait a minute. Did you hear that?
Wins.
Wait a minute. Wait, look at this. Just interesting. So Andy's on the screen. And he's playing against Andy. Right? This is a mirror match. But listen to what the announcer says.
Perfect save. Marco wins.
Marco wins. Did you hear that? Marco wins. Maybe it's still too early for the this is a playthrough. It may be too early for the announcer dubs to be in. Yeah. That's interesting, right? Huh. What time is that? 18:22. I might message a buddy and see if he can reach them and see if he can I don't know anybody in SNK. I don't know anybody in there, which is kind of funny because 2 times I tried to reach through to see if there were some sponsorship things through SNK for a friend that runs tournaments here, and they have you fill out a sheet, a questionnaire, instead of going through somebody like a community manager. I don't know who the community manager is, but I'll reach out to a friend and see if that might be something that kind of squeaked past their tester control guys. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
よし
We're not going to, you know what I mean. We're not going to make a clip and go, "Hey, look at this." That would be terrible. They have their hands full so much anyways, just making everything, you know? So that's 1822. I'll message your buddy on that.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight. RPG.
Actually, when we get through this, we're gonna test something else real quick.
ここから残影やる逃がすかまだまだ逃がすか抜けろ抜けろその程度か抜けろ
That's the end.
Perfect day. Marco wins.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch background. Wait. Yeah, no.
その程度か
One. Get ready. Fight. Ready. Go. First.
No.
Marco. Marco. First. Marco.
Yeah, it's they don't have the announcers dubbed in just yet. That's all it is. Yeah, it's been Marco this whole time. Huh, okay.
Win. Marco. Win.
Yeah, everybody's Marco today. Okay. It's Marco all the way through. They definitely know. This isn't a little fluke thing. This is a big they definitely know. I'm surprised we didn't catch it earlier.
Marco. Win.
Yeah.
준비 뻔탄. Versus Marco.
Oh, it was blank versus Marco. It was versus Marco. Yeah. That's interesting too. Because it seems that in the first set, or maybe this could have been recorded second, they tried to silence the announcer, and then they have Marco on there. That's interesting. That's interesting. Mr. Karate. I like Mr. Karate. I like Mr. Karate.
Round one. Get ready. Fight.
Robert in. All right, everybody. Well, this is fantastic. Fantastic news here. Andy looking very good, just as good as he did back in 1992. Very promising. A lot of good grounded options, a lot of good aerial options. His pokes look solid. He looks like he gets some good damage. He looks like he has a lot of versatility. There is a little bit of concern that as, he came through as a character that he was a little bit more predictable and everything in his play style. But he looks like he has a lot to choose from and everything, and a lot to capitalize on. So his option for his hidden gear, which is the cinematic gear with the SPG and 2 bars, is really pretty. You know, it has really nice animation. The 1 bar ignition gear looks good. His red line, which is the 2 bars, look good. Hidden gear. Also, you know, we just talked about the hidden gear. Very solid. And he looks visually great. I like how he has his gi on, but he has some flames going up his pants there. And, you know, of course, the traditional footies is very, very nice. It'll be interesting to see what he and Mai's interaction is going to be in the game. Considering, too, that he and Mai came into Fatal Fury 2 in 1992. And, of course, you know, they have a bit of a relationship and a child. We'll have to see how they are going to be doing in the game at this point. So, lots to look forward to. And how his interactions are going to be with Terry. So, Andy is playable at Evo Japan right now. But we do not have a release date as to when he is going to be playable for the public. So we're going to have to look into that. And, yeah, I hope you guys had a wonderful time with this Andy Bogard review. And we are going to see you guys all next time. Bye.